Hello, welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl, and here we are back for some more Dune Awakening. This time we're going to do a series where we're going to go through and do a video for each of the Imperial Testing Stations in the Haga Basin to see where things are, how they play through, and what loot you can get out at the end of it, so you end up with which ones are good to farm. So, starting with the one in Haga Basin South, this is the first testing station you will come across. We're going to Imperial Testing Station number 2 here on the map. Now, please bear in mind that we are completely overgeared and leveled and skills and everything else for this, but it's actually just to show you what loot we get at the end. In terms of gear, I've emptied my bag as much as possible so we can see what we can pick up. I always recommend taking these things with you wherever you go, particularly in testing stations. Handheld resource scanner, good for finding things if you're struggling to find a hidden door or a key or something. Static compactor in case you come across mines that have fire or poison. Still tent because you never know when you come outside, you might end up in a sandstorm. And decal lease John because having water with you is never a bad thing. As well as all the usual plenty of ammo and bandages. So here we go, we come into Imperial Testing Station number 2. As you can see, there are no guards or anything outside. Lots of respawn beacons. So again, something to think about if you are doing testing stations, is your first time in it. Put a respawn beacon outside. No bad thing to do so. Make sure our shields are on. You come all the way down the long pathways. All the way down. And the first thing you see is a yellow door. When you've got the red triangle, that means you can't go through with that key. The key is the pickup identification band. So we pick that up and you'll see some corpses on the floor. We're going to pick up their loot and again see what we get at the end of it when we pick everything up. So we can now get through that door. As you can see, that's all blocked off, so our only way is to go down. When you see these things, these are just recordings for you to listen to. It's all for part of the immersion story and so on. So as you come through here, you've got lots of plants and water. Most testing stations do have quite a bit of water in. This one is pretty good, so if you are struggling for water, you can get it, and off the corpses, you'll find bits of ammo laying around. And again, there's more water around from different things. Then you come to these. This is just a hologram. Again, just narration. You can also get harvest some of this stuff, but you won't need it. More corpse.
Capable of thriving in the extremely arid conditions of Iraq.
So, in a lot of these testing stations, you'll find chests hidden in bushes. And here's the first one. Hidden in this bush, right next to the red hologram. There you go. And out of that we get some advanced servox and some Solari. So it's always worth checking these bushes and stuff to see if you can find hidden things. So as you can see, again, plenty of people in here. So we're very over leveled and over geared for it, but that's just so we can go through it. Again, more water if you need it. And then loot. A lot of the loot so far is going to be ammo and bandages in here, and again some more story stuff. Right, so now we come round here and you will see ammo crate, bandages, yeah, that's all good stuff. More ammo. We're not going to take all the ammo, just fill us up. We get a crate here. However, you can just spy, again, in the undergrowth down here, there's another crate hidden within the vegetation. Okay, so you get that crate. You come all the way down here. There's bad guys, so finish them off. Reasonable amount of enemies if you're farming blood in the early game. It's not a bad place to come. Also, even in the mid-game, like, I mean, when you're sort of in that iron level, it's not a bad place to come because none of the enemies have shields. So you can actually get through pretty quickly, and it's about speed, right? And the same amount of blood. Doesn't matter what level the enemy is, same amount of blood, right? So farming blood, even in the mid-game, coming here is good because you can just get through it so quickly because you'll be so overgeared. Another chest at the end here, and we get a power pack out of that. We've got one of these containers. This will be a loot item. Some more water. And more ammo crates. So we come out of that and we're going down the spiral. And you got another loot crate here, so we'll pick that up. Like I said, I'm not too fussed about picking up the ammo because you would never come here to farm ammo, right? Okay, and then we come out through this way. So we come here and we look left and right, and you want to come over to the left. There's a couple of bandages, but actually it's really quick. You go through this broken window, get this crate, bad guy, more water if you need it, but most importantly, a key or identification band right here. So you need to pick that up before continuing. Then you've got bad guy, and you should have another one. Is there another bad guy there? Not at the moment. Okay, so when you go through any testing station, you're going to see what looks to be like these bookshelves type things or wall shelf things. You always want to look for a wall shelf that's got this orange light, right, in it. That tells you it's not a bookshelf or a wall, it's a door. So we find this. And there's a hidden door. You come in here, you would often need these. There's often quest items. Anytime you see a chest wrapped in gold like that, that's a quest item. More water in here. Another chest here. Another one of these. And you will have to go back and open the door again. Okay, progress all the way through here, and then you've got a whole bunch of boxes. That tells you you're probably getting near the end. Probably going to be some serious bad guys. Again, another box like so. And right at the end, see this person? This is essentially the boss of the dungeon, and we'll get close to see what that boss does. But that essentially is the boss of the dungeon. So this is the only one that's got a shield, so they can do different moves like that. Yep, so they're going to be fairly tough for you to start with. Obviously, I say we're overgeared it, but you are going to have to fight them in melee, right? Oh, we picked up a body. I didn't want to do that. Beep. Oh, nuts. Drop. There we go. Don't want to pick up bodies, take up a lot of room. Anyway, so you loot that person. There's more water in here if you need. As I say, you won't go thirsty in here. You've also got a place to pick up quest items. You've got more bandages in a little cubby hole here, but go all the way through to the back, past the boss, and you've got your primary loot room. So, best chest in the game are these star chests. They'll always have good stuff. They'll always have blueprints and spice-infused material of the tier that you are at, plus normally some other good loot. You want the identification band and the bandage. There we go. This door is now unlocked. And there's, some more corpses if you really need the ammo. Maybe you do. Like I say, this isn't the place you'd come to farm ammo.
Welcome to Desert Botanical Testing Station.
And you think, now we're running out, right? You've done it, you're finished, right? But we're not quite finished. So, when you came in, you came down these stairs. And you probably unless you were looking around carefully, didn't see this area. So as you run out, you actually want to go down this ramp. Because in here are 3 more chests and a cabinet. There we go. Now we run up and out. And there you go, you're at the back at the entrance of a testing station, and that is the testing station complete. So the question is, what did we get for our time? So we had pretty empty bags, right? So we ended up with 46 advanced servox. We got a sandbike backseat Mark 1. Not going to care too much about that, but we did get 23 particle capacitors. So what you'd normally come here to farm, advanced servox, particle capacitors. So 46 of those, 23 of those. We got tons of bandages. Good place to farm bandages, save you having to make it and farm the plant fiber. We got 7 spice infused copper dust. We got 3 passive suspenser belts and 3 power pack Mark 1s, which can be useful in the game because there'll come times when you go, I just don't have the mats, don't have the time, whatever. You can put one of these on, it'll work straight away, you can repair it. Stuff will last a reasonable amount of time till you've got mats to go make another one, right? So that's absolutely fine. So 3 passive suspenser belts, 3 power pack Mark 1s. The first time you run this dungeon, you might not have either of those, so you can just put them on straight away. You might just have the ones you start the game with. We also picked up 2,000 Solari for the sake of 5 minutes running around, and we picked up the Emperor's Wings Mark 1, one of the best early game blueprints. Emperor's Wings, really, really good, fairly easy to make. You've already picked up the spice infused copper dust to make it, right? So you've got that anyway. So all you need is some copper ingots and 6 of the particle capacitors you picked up here. So that is what you get from this Imperial Testing Station, which is, as a reminder, Imperial Testing Station number 2 in Hager Basin South. I hope that was useful. Plenty more testing stations to come, and I hope you'll enjoy this series. You've been watching The Ghost Owl, and I'll see you all very, very soon.